Welcome back, Monster Jam fans. John Saponaro, Morgan Kane back at the live event desk. We want to thank you all for your patience as we have worked through Monster Jam World Finals here today. We also want to welcome back KCG and K Young as well. But Morgan, it has been an unbelievable day in so many ways here at Monster Jam World Finals.
Yeah, going from 95 degrees all the way down to high 70s, but the truly most remarkable thing that I've seen so far is this dirt crew out here behind us. They are working hard as they possibly can to clean this track up. They want to try and till it up a bit, let some of the moisture escape, and as long as the rain holds off, we're going to have a spectacular show here.
I think we absolutely will. Kay, I'll start with you. You guys are over on the other side by the starting line, so you've got a different perspective of this track that we're looking at. What do you see from your end?
Well, staying up here in the starting line, it is very soupy. It is very wet. I don't even know if you can see my shoes. I can't see my shoes right now. There's a lot of moisture up here. But like Morgan said, they're turning the track. They're turning up the dirt to hopefully dry it out just a little more. We're going to cross our fingers, say a prayer. Hopefully there's no more elements going to hit this track for the rest of the night.
Casey, I know that you've been talking to a lot of the drivers in the downtime. Of course, coming up right out of the gate, the plans have changed a little bit. We are going to see the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship up first, one of the most technical in our entire sport. So what's the temperature in the locker room as far as the drivers' approach to this track?
Well, to be honest, today's schedule is going to be a really busy day, so I think that the unexpected break may have been a good thing for our drivers to be able to take a step back. The weather cooled down a little bit, to get a snack, to recharge both physically and mentally for the next 3 competitions. And I think that the skills challenge is going to be so much fun to watch because, like you said, it is a technical competition. But one of the things that caught my eye when we came up here is that a lot of the time when it comes to the skills challenge, you need that traction to be able to pull off these big tricks out here on the track. And right now, just like Kay said, underneath my feet, it is muddy. This muddy is sticky, it's thick. And so if you look out there on the track, they're starting to till that up to hopefully help those conditions a little bit. But one thing's for certain, this is the definition of Monster Jam. This is the definition of World Finals. It is unscripted, it is unexpected, and it's larger than life entertainment.
Absolutely true. Thank you so much for the insight. Of course, we have a jam-packed nighttime event coming your way, and it all kicks off with this abridged version of Monster Jam Trackside. We are still looking to crown 3 more World Finals champions here tonight, and we're just getting started, Nashville.
It's going to be an amazing, crazy night here in Nissan Stadium for the Monster Jam World Finals 22 event. You can stay up on all the action on any of our social medias, platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and a lot more. Whenever you take photos or videos, make sure you use the hashtag Monster Jam, and who knows, you might see yourself up on the video board.
It is Monster Jam World Finals 22, and already something incredible has happened, with Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger securing his second high jump world title. That now gives him 4 Monster Jam World Finals championships under his belt, and that matches his father, Dennis Anderson, who also has 4 world titles under his belt, and we want to catch up with him about it. So we're going to send it on over to the desk with Morgan Kane and Dennis Anderson.
So I'm here with Dennis Anderson, no other icon in the stadium than this man right here. He's truly built Monster Jam for what it's been right now, and it's crazy to see how much you've set the bar to this stage. But I wanted to reflect back on what happened about an hour ago, I guess you would say. Ryan Anderson, your son, Son of a Digger, just won his 4th World Finals championship. You yourself, 4 championships. How does that make you feel to have your kids step in that? Adam with 5, now Ryan with 4.
You know, all I can say is, man, it's truly an honor. It's a dream come true for a dad that started out playing trucks and just being an all-American guy, and and have my family follow my footsteps, and and have all of these world champs in the family. I mean, we are, at home we're strong together, and we're strong together out here on the track. And just the Gravedigger family, the Andersons, and what we are, we've been here for a long time, and this is all we know. This is our profession. We're motorsport entertainers. We play trucks hard. We play them well. And look at what we've got right now. Ryan has finally caught Papa. I'm a 4-time world champ. Now he's a 4-time world champ. Now he's just got to catch his big brother.
Well, he's also got to figure out where he can put the trophies. I mean, I feel like here at Digger's Dungeon, you don't have any more room. Adding all around the area, we've still got stuff all throughout the shop. But going into 3 more events to be crowned a world champion, you've got Ryan, you've got Adam, you've got all these other competitors. What do you think it's going to take to be able to take home these championships coming up soon?
It's going to be, I'm going to tell you, man, and I always live off of the luck streak. You're going to have some good luck, meaning mechanically, physically, and mentally good luck. You have to be a good driver. The track is tricky, and, by the way, the track looks awesome. Now that, look at what we looked at just an hour ago, and look at what we're looking at today. My hat is off to the track builders here. So I think the track is going to be good, but the track is going to be sticky, and maybe it'll start getting down to where they can get around those turns a little faster as we go on through the night in the racing. Freestyle is, man, it's tough. We have a lineup of such great talented people that are so skilled at driving monster trucks that it's unbelievable. I totally enjoy watching the show, and I've seen it for 42 years with these 2 eyes right here, and I still get excited and I get adrenaline by watching my family do what they do best.
There you have it, fans. Here at Monster Jam World Finals 22 here in Nashville. A lot more action coming your way here coming up shortly.
We are now joined up here at the desk by country music sensations LoCash. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of Monster Jam World Finals and Monster Jam just in general this whole entire season. You know, you have brought to us here at the Monster Jam family an inspirational song, and tell us a little bit about it.
Man, it's about America. It's about our men and women in uniform, our first responders out there, and it's been bringing community together. And you're in the best city in the world. Nashville knows how to do that, and country music knows how to do that. So,
are you enjoying your time here at World Finals? I mean, it's the biggest of the biggest.
Yeah, you know, we got our families here. My little boy's right here with the Mohawk. Chris's daughters and his son are here, and we're wound up. I mean, this is bigger than just a halftime performance. We're cheering for some trucks and some drivers, and we want to see some world records broken tonight.
Well, Preston, I also want to ask you, I know that this is larger than life entertainment. You guys are big Monster Jam fans. We've seen you at the shows. We've seen you at the events. I want to ask you, being a family guy, how cool is it? This is a fierce competition, but it's also a very family-friendly event.
It's really cool to see all the youngsters out here. I mean, you and I were just talking off camera how some of these young folks are going to be the future drivers of Monster Jam. And so we might have some world champions sitting here, and they're only 4 or 5 years old right now. But that's what it's all about. We're going to see them grow up and turn into big drivers.
Since the press conference, have any of your picks changed, or have you gotten any insight, you know, talking to some of these drivers here, Chris?
I don't think we're supposed to say. I did get to see some of the new trucks, and they're amazing. I can't wait to unveil that. But we did talk to Weston a little bit, and he's got some tricks under his sleeve, so we'll see what happens.
And Preston, I know that we have two big challenges, competitions coming up a little bit later. We also have racing. We also have freestyle. Which one are you looking most forward to?
Man, you know what? My son just told me that he's got the inside scoop and that the orange gravedigger is going to win it all tonight. So we're crossing our fingers for that.
You heard it here, folks. Well, Preston and Chris, thank you so much for joining us here today. And folks, the Target halftime show is going to be so much fun. So stay tuned for that. Have those phones ready. Get those pictures. Get those videos. LoCash, thank you for joining us here at Monster Jam.
Can you shoot something down IB to introduce today? Let's try it.
When it comes to strength and power, nothing else compares. Take it from me.
Here we have the amazing Sydney Mack, and she is the writer, she is the singer of the Monster Jam theme song. And Sydney, I have got to talk to you about this because we've gone to so many events this year. We had the parade just a couple days ago, and it is so cool to interact with our Monster Jam fans and see them singing along and dancing to your music.
It is so cool. Last year when I debuted that song here, nobody knew the song. So this year I'm hoping y'all are ready to yell jam when I say monster. But no, it's been absolutely incredible to see the fans' reaction to the song.
Did you ever think that the Monster Jam theme song would take off and be as big as it is, and to hear thousands and thousands, stadiums full of people, almost like we were talking, like Taylor Swift, singing back your song? I mean, that's got to be an incredible feeling.
I was hoping that it would, but you just never know. So the fact that it has and y'all have embraced it and loved it is more than I could ever ask for, truly.
Well, Sydney, thank you so much for being here with us, folks. She is going to be performing the Monster Jam theme song, and we want you to get involved with us. We want you to interact, so be sure to sing with us, folks. It is Sydney Mack here with Monster Jam.
We're now hanging out with Colton Eichelberger. He is going to be doing the Thunder Roars Drop 9 truck jump presented by Spin Master. And I know you kind of were gazing out on the track, kind of judging how this stunt is going to go. So what is going through your mind right now as you attempt one of the biggest stunts to your career?
Man, I tell you, every time we've practiced, it's been dry. But that doesn't matter. No matter what in my head, I'm going to come down this hill. I'm going to put the pedal to the metal, and we're going to jump right over them 9 trucks, no problem.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Thunder Roars suit, and it's kind of throwing me off because you've always been part of Max D and Team Maximum Destruction, but you've got one of the best coaches, one of the best teachers in your ear during this stunt, and that's Tom Mentz and Max D. So with that guy in your ear, is that kind of give you a little bit of confidence going into the stunt?
Absolutely. I don't know anybody that spends more time on thinking about stunts and ingenuity and whatnot of all these different tricks that Monster Jams came out with the last 10, 20 years. So there's a lot of faith in him listening to what he has to say.
All right, let's go take a look at the video board. I want you to kind of go through what we're going to see. This is where you're going to start.
Absolutely. So we're coming down right here. In practice, we had a point to where I just full throttle, hit the ramp. Now that we got track conditions are changing each and every minute, I got to, mess around with where I'm going to hit it. I'm going to jump over 9 trucks. I'm going to lower down. If that backflip's in my way, I might just hit it as well.
All right, well, we cannot wait to see it. We want to thank you so much. Colton Eichelberger, he will be doing the Thunder Roars Drop 9 truck jump presented by Spin Master.
John Sapanero back here at the live event desk, joined this time by 2 of our superstars. They're going to be helping you guys out over at judgeszone.com. We got Brianna Mahon. We have Elvis Linez. Elvis, this is something that you're kind of used to in a way because you grew up as a huge Monster Jam fan. You were at World Finals. You were sitting in the stands. You were cheering on. You were getting your scores in, all of that stuff. So with that said, is there a little bit of pressure knowing that it's kind of official now, or are you just locked in going back into fan mode?
Man,
I'm just going right back into fan mode. You know, you said it best. I used to go to a bunch of World Finals. I never got to ever judge a World Finals, so in a weird way, I'm still getting to live that dream out. But, man, I can't wait to see these guys attack this track, and it's going to be tricky out here, and I think that having that perspective is going to help me out with the scoring for sure.
For Brianna, you know, you kind of had something similar going on as Colton Eichelberger did, in that you've gotten a year off from Monster Jam. You're making your return here at Monster Jam World Finals. So before we talk about the judging, how great does it feel to be back where you belong?
You know, it has been a long year at home, but I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, I got to bring a beautiful baby girl into this world who's hopefully going to follow in my footsteps someday. But I'm super excited to be back in the mix of things. I've missed everyone. I've missed being around the trucks, and I'm ready.
Are you nervous at all sitting in the hot seat? I know a couple people who were a part of this last year were like, okay, this is a lot of pressure.
I am. You know, I spoke with Lindsay Reed prior to this weekend, and I was like, what to expect? And she goes, girl, it is stressful. You know, we're out here not only judging our peers, but, you know, potentially giving a championship to somebody, a World Finals championship. It's almost as much pressure as being in the truck.
And Elvis, I'll finish up with you here. Not about any particular competition, just in general. Is there something that you're going to be looking for throughout freestyle or throughout the two-wheel skills championship, that if the fans are at judgeszone.com, that maybe they say, hey, you know what? Elvis is a driver. That's a good idea. I should look for that too.
I think, you know, we need to consider the fact that in this two-wheel skills competition, to say the least, it needs to be the full move. That's the attempt. You know, you can't come out here, do a 30-second moonwalk, and then have a failed backflip attempt or just another failed combo attempt. It needs to be a fluid motion. And so I think that's what I'm going to be the pickiest about, and that's what I'm going to score the hardest, because I think that at the end of the day, what's going to win this is someone that follows through with that whole plan and has that wow moment, but also has control of the truck.
Before I let you guys go, I got one more question you just made me think of. Are you going to be a little bit more lenient in the two-wheel skills competition, knowing that the dirt may not be very forgiving?
No, because it's the same thing for everyone else. All the other 8 competitors have to deal with it, and so, you know, it's just going to have to be, you have to rise to the occasion. There's no excuses. You guys are all on the same battlefield, so, you know, we want to see the best.
You know what? I kind of figured you were going to say that, which is why I wanted to ask the question. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these two Monster Jam superstars, Brianna Mahon and Elvis Linez. John Sabanero and Morgan Kane back at the live event desk. Morgan, we have heard from some of our expert judges. We've heard from fans. We've heard from the icon, the legend, Dennis Anderson. The list goes on and on. But as we are about to embark on the Two-Wheel Skills Championship brought to you by Great Clips, what is your final thought heading into this competition?
I think the biggest thought for me as a driver is you just got to be composed. You got to make sure that you don't overreact and make sure that you steer that thing straight where exactly what you were anticipating on doing. The dirt crew has done a great job at getting the track the best that it possibly could be. But you fans, you play a part in these Two-Wheel Skills Championship here. So make sure that you download the Monster Jam World Finals app. Go to the App Store, download it now. We have to make sure that we have your participation in judging and be fair. Don't judge the truck for what the truck is. Judge the trick.
That is a fantastic point all the way around, because not only can you score over at judgeszone.com like you are accustomed to, but the Monster Jam World Finals app has a tab in it that'll take you right over to the scoring page. So make sure, if you haven't downloaded it already, you head on over to the App Store, to Google Play, whatever device you have, and you download the Monster Jam World Finals app. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming your way with the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship in just a few moments. Nashville, Tennessee, it is now time for the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship. Coming up first, looking for his second world title of the day, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan Anderson, so methodical in his approach. Definitely didn't like what he saw in the first ramp. Let's see what he's got here.
Let's hear it for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Scoring is officially open. This is the first time that you fans are going to get a chance to let your voice be heard. And John, let's talk a little bit about the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship.
Well, one of the things these fans need to keep in mind is that, first of all, you have 30 seconds, which is a little bit more than they're used to, over at judgeszone.com or the Monster Jam app to lock in those scores. Remember, your scores are going to be averaged out with our panel of expert judges, but due to the weather and everything that we battled today, this is a one and done, okay? They have one opportunity only, and you can see right out of the gate, things did not go the way Ryan Anderson wants.
Definitely, and there's only a few seconds left on the clock, and with it being only one attempt, they have to do their best attempt, and that was a bicycle attempt there from Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. I believe scores are about to be locked in here just momentarily. Remember, judgeszone.com as he gets all back on all four BKT tires.
Yeah, he may have been going for that patented sidewall donut. Let's see what everybody came up with. And the fans and the judges almost in lockstep. 3.6 from the fans, 3.8 from our expert panels of judges. That averages out to a perfect 3.7 flat. Not what Ryan Anderson would have wanted to do.
After the Lucas Oil high jump competition, Lucas Oil stabilizer was brought back here to the pits. And initially what we thought was wrong was the starter, which typically is a really easy fix. It takes about 5 minutes to fix. We're anticipating electrical issues with how much moisture is out there on the track. But since then, they swapped out the starter. There's an electrical short somewhere. And these are the kinds of electrical issues that we're anticipating for the rest of the day. Those are the little gremlins that are sneaky, that can be really hard to pinpoint, really hard to find. So that's what they're currently working on the truck. But what I wanted to show you is, if you take a look at this BKT tire, this tire is huge. It's larger than life. It's 650 pounds. The treads on the tire are really large. But if you look at the dirt out there on the track is really moist. It's really sticky. And so right now, where the tire would normally have a lot of grip, it's actually flat. So when you saw Ryan Anderson and son of a digger go out there and try and get some grip during his sidewall donut, he wasn't able to get any. And my speculation is because the track is so sticky and the dirt is so sticky that the tires are kind of clogged with mud. So I expect to see more of that through this competition.
Coming up next, Tyler Meningo, Gravedigger. Tyler Meningo made a living in the Triple Threat Series on those front two BKT tires, and he's showing why right here.
Let's hear it for Tyler Meningo, Gravedigger, taking a page a little bit out of Tom Meents and Max D with his maximum moonwalk, using the backflip ramp to get on all of those front two BKT tires, able to walk it across with that nose wheelie across the entire track almost.
Well, that's really the best thing that you can do right now with the conditions. I mean, you can see that the truck's sliding around a lot. You don't have a ton of grip. With Tyler taking a textbook out of Tom Meents' book, perfect execution, well done. Typical Tyler Meningo moonwalk.
I mean, can we call a Gravedigger move the maximum moonwalk? It feels so strange to even say that. Meanwhile, the scores are locked in. Let's see what the fans came up with, and that is a great number. We've got an 8.251 from the fans. Our panel of judges a little bit lower, 6 flat, and that is going to give Tyler Meningo a score of 7.126 in first place. Coming up next, Tristan England, Earthshaker. Tristan England, another competitor who's used to the small confines of an arena, living on those two wheels. We'll see if he can pull out all the stops here.
He had 36 competition wins in the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge this year for his Arena Championship Series, so he is testing out that track right now, making sure he's meticulous in his thought process of his next move.
I think the hardest part that you're seeing right now as a driver is they're still just trying to feel the track out. You know, they're all used to having so much grip. It's a little different here. And right there with Tristan England, that's where you see it's so tough to get any grip. He's hoping that the nose of the truck will grab some grip so he can get back up underneath of it. Just didn't happen.
Well, scoring is officially open for you fans here in Nissan Stadium, as we want to know what you think about that attempt from Tristan England and Earthshaker, and we're awaiting our expert judges as well.
And you can see Tristan England popped out of that Monster Jam truck. All he can do is shrug just a bit, Morgan. And, you know, not only has this been reduced to one attempt, no do-overs, no mulligans, but they also didn't have the opportunity to practice this competition at all. So this is the first time some of these drivers are feeling the dirt. And a lot of these hits that are all over the track here, you really have to have a lot of grip to be able to execute that. So it's really tough. We'll see what's coming up next. Third place for Tristan England. Yeah, that is not going to get it done, and that is not the kind of run he wants to have, but that is third place, 2.195. Coming up next, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. Morgan, this is the part of the competition where we might see a little bit of one-upsmanship. We've seen some things not work so well, but we've seen one maneuver work particularly well, and maybe that's what Camden Murphy's thinking right here.
Well, it's something that you saw Tyler Meningo hit perfect, but as a driver, you don't see what they're doing. So this might have been his second plan. See how well he executes.
Let's hear it for Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. Your 30 seconds starts right now. A little slippery there at the end. I'm not sure if that's what Camden had really tried to go for in that move.
You know, it's almost like, Morgan, when you're standing up here watching it, like the muscle memory kicks in where Camden wanted to throw to something else, but the track just won't let it happen.
That's exactly right. I think that when you make all of these plans, I mean, these drivers have been planning for this two-wheel skills championship for weeks. You know that you're competing in it. You get all of these videos that you've been watching from over the season and what's your best trick, and it's all out the window because the track conditions are a little tough. I think that with the trucks, you just got to kind of work with what you can do. I'd love to see a slap wheelie from somebody, though.
That's the second time you've mentioned slap wheelies, and no one has done it yet. The fans with a 6.5 flat, the judges just below that, and that is going to equal a total score of 5.917. That is second place here today, and again, the conditions are not kind to these drivers. There's your leaderboard. We still have 4 more competitors coming your way, but I think when everybody envisioned this, they didn't see that top score being only in the 7s. Coming up next, former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger.
We're looking at that score to beat right now up on the video board. Remember, the score to beat 7.126, currently held by Tyler Meningo and Gravedigger.
Morgan, I think one of the things fans can look for here out of young Weston Anderson, bit of a phenom, is that score is low enough. If he does something that he's been known to do the last 2 years, he might be able to steal this one.
Well, there's no expectations for Weston. I think that with him having that chance to compete really hard in the Arena Series, he's had a lot of practice, but there's really no expectations for him. So he could come out here and put something down. I think we give him another shot.
Unfortunately, no, that will do it for Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Definitely not the way that he wanted to end that run there, that attempt. The only attempt, though, as well here in the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship.
I mean, it really is just a testament. I don't want to make this conversation all about the conditions of the track, but Morgan, I mean, you can see it right there, and it actually makes you start to think, hey, what Tyler Meningo and Camden Murphy were able to do is actually pretty remarkable.
Absolutely, and I hate to say this as a driver, like you come out here with the conditions, you hope for the best, but if something doesn't work out, you're almost lost. Like you've planned so hard for all of this, and it's just really tough to be able to come out here and put a great score down.
And again, that's not a number we would have expected to see on Monday or Tuesday of this week. 1.521. That is 5th place. Coming up next, 14-time World Finals champion, and two-time winner of this competition, Tom Meents, Max D.
The anticipation, guys, of what we are going to see Tom Meents and Max D pull out of his bag of tricks, you know, perfect in this competition at World Finals.
Always an innovator, and I think when conditions aren't perfect, that's when innovation steps in.
Well, this is what Tom is good at. He's the one who invented this trick here, and last year at the World Finals, he ended up pulling out a backflip, maximum flip. I don't even know what you would call it, but I'd be looking forward to it right now.
I think we dubbed that one the maximum moon flip.
Just to give you a little insight, too, he uses the video board sometimes to line himself up. And that will do it, though, for Tom Meents and Max D. Scoring is officially open. Remember, judgeszone.com. If you've not started scoring, this is the perfect time for you to get those scores locked in right now, judgeszone.com. And guys, let's talk a little bit about the expert judging right now, or expert scoring. I think it's been super fair so far.
I think it's as consistent as it can be.
Yes.
I think, you have to truly see something spectacular to get the 8s, the 9s that you're looking for. We're moving that tire up and down on judgeszone.com, and it's not like, oh, I love Gravedigger, oh, I love Max D. It's truly drivers are scoring these moves.
And, I think when I was talking to Elvis Linus here a few moments ago, I said, hey, are you going to take into consideration the conditions? And he said, absolutely not. I'm going to score high based on what they do. And there the scores are. Again, another number that I almost have to wipe my eyes and see if I'm seeing for real. 2.047 for Tom Meents and Max D. He'll take over 5th place, but that is not enough for that top spot.
Well, one of the things I also want to touch on as a driver, it's so tough. Like, you don't realize it because we're looking at it with our eyes. You're trying to go in from reverse into neutral and all the way through into first gear and second gear, and it's so hard to find that balance point. So unlucky for Tom, but there's always next year.
Monster Jam fans, right now we are going to do some trivia here at Nissan Stadium. State your names.
Alicia.
Alicia.
Zach.
Zach, and who do we have here?
Leo.
Liam. Okay, now you guys know a lot about Monster Jam, right?
Yes.
Let's take a look up on the video board for your question. Which driver has won both Great Clips two-wheel skills championships? A, Tyler Meningo. B, Tom Meents. C, Tristan England. Or D, Ryan Anderson. Now, Mom, I want you to go ahead and give me a letter of the answer you think it is.
B.
B, Dad?
D.
D? All right, let's see the answer up on the video board. B. It is Tom Meents. Congratulations for getting it right. And guess what? You guys are going to go home with an El Toro Loco flag brought to you by Spin Master. There you go, Liam. That's for you. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Liam. Let's get back to more Monster Jam action.
Well, guys, you just heard it in the trivia question, and kudos to those fans for paying attention because I said it in the intro. Tom Meents has won this competition since its inception, but Morgan, that ain't going to happen here today.
It's just unlucky. I mean, like Dennis was talking about before the show, it's going to take a lot of luck and also some skill. I think that Tyler did a great job at executing and getting a great walk out there and being very simple. He is somebody that is very good at keeping the truck on its nose and then finding that balance point. So a lot of luck, a lot of skill. It all comes together for the championship.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard here in this competition. And there you can see Tyler Meningo, 7.126, right atop everybody else. And then we've got Camden Murphy, Bakugan, Dragonoid, with really the two most representative runs in this competition, with still 2 more slots to go, two more drivers, Kay. What are you looking to see? I know we're not the expert judges, we're not the fans on judgeszone.com, but what are you looking to see?
I think what I'm trying to look for right now is a new move, just anything, nothing off of the backflip ramp. I want to see something new because I think what we're going to see then is a difference in the scoring, not only from our expert judges, but from these fans as well. Whether it's a slap wheelie, like Morgan said, whether it's even just a little small combination move, whether it's a sky wheelie. If we see something new, I think we're going to get different scores.
That's a great point, Morgan. Is that what you'd be looking for, or rather, is that what you would be doing if you were going to come out next? Hey, my crew chief has said these people have done this. I'm going to bring some variety.
Creativity. I think being able to be creative in an environment like this, it's so crucial because, like Kay was saying, I don't want to see anybody hit the backflip ramps again because we've already seen it 3-4 different times, and it's not new. Find some creativity, but it's going to be really tough. I think that chemistry between the driver and the crew chief, for the crew chief being up top, telling him, hey, I think you should hit this spot. It looks like it's drying out. Feel it out. You've got 30 seconds to drive around the track and find where you want to hit it.
I think that's what I would be looking for, too. Not just the execution, but some variety. We've got Casey G standing by. Casey, what do you got?
We're back here in the pits, and I wanted to give you an update on Lucas Stabilizer. Cynthia Gauthier is going to be in racing. She's going to be in freestyle, and they are furiously trying to figure out what's going on with her truck. So if you move on over this way, you'll see that there's a jump box right there in the front. So basically, when they try to start the truck, it's turning over really slowly, and so they're trying to figure out what the cause of that is. They're jumping the truck, and then they also have a battery charger down here as well. It's the one with this little light right here. That's what's trying to charge the battery. But the issue is, you look up here and you see how exposed the truck is. There's fuse, there's wiring, and all of that is exposed to the moisture out there. So trying to figure out and pinpoint those electrical gremlins can be really challenging. They're doing everything that they can to make sure that this truck is ready for racing and freestyle.
Coming up next, it's that crazy bull, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
And that will do it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, trying to use that starting line for his one attempt here at the Great Clips Two Wheel Skills Championship. Scoring is officially open for you fans. Get those scores locked in using judgeszone.com.
Morgan, you got to give him credit for variety and creativity, but what do you think he was trying to get from that spot on the track?
I see what he was trying to do. Give him props for trying something creative. I think he was trying to get it up on the nose and walk it all the way down that ramp, which kudos to him. A little rough on the truck there, but that was really creative.
High risk, high reward, and I think in this case we get the former 1.688. That is sixth place. That ain't going to get it done here today either. We have one more truck, one more competitor coming your way. Making his Monster Jam World Finals debut, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. going back to the well here, and fans of the Arena Series know that he has won 25% of his two-wheel skills competitions this season, which is a whopping number. Let's see what he has here with a world title on the line.
definitely holding that stoppie right now. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. For the last time in this competition, get those scores in as we are about to crown our World Finals champion here in the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship.
You fans, take a look up here at the scoreboard. John Zimmer Jr. out here getting pumped up. What do you fans think of that move? That was pretty cool, huh?
Well, it's important to note that unlike a lot of these other veterans, John Zimmer Jr. barely knows what a container backflip ramp does. He's never hit one, so to come out here and do what he did is very impressive.
I thought the coolest thing that I saw while I was watching that was he had enough time. There was a fan that was sitting right down here in front of us, and he pulled his phone out and had a chance to even take a picture. It was that long.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores are locked in, and regardless of the outcome, we will be crowning a first-time World Finals champion. It's going to come down to two competitors. Let's see our score to beat. Gravedigger, 7.126. As young John Zimmer Jr. looks on, the score for terminal velocity is... not quite enough. Second place, and that means that your Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills champion is Tyler Meningo Gravedigger. Well, you know what I got to say, guys, is that for a competition that seemed to get stuck in the mud, quite literally there in the middle, we then saw a lot of drama and a lot of great intrigue in that last run. And John Zimmer Jr. needs to be proud of what he did, Morgan.
Absolutely. I think that for John Zimmer Jr., being able to just get the truck up on the nose like that, I mean, a lot of the drivers were doing it. Hats off to Tyler Meningo. I can see where the fans and the judges are able to show Tyler did walk it all the way across the floor, but it's pretty hard to keep it balanced like that and be able to throw it in reverse and do like a little jump up the backflip ramp. So both great moves. It's all about the fans and their judging.
I mean, Kay, we had two really top-notch runs, and I think the fans and the expert judges got it right because they were the top two when it was all said and done.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, kudos to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He still is going to be on the podium. He still has that accolade now to his name as well. And if you saw the tread of his tires, the dirt wasn't sticking on his tires. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it wasn't sticking like the rest of those competitors out there when we first started this competition. So I think that really helped with that maneuver in that stoppie situation because it wasn't sticking. So that we need to keep reminding ourselves about that as we move forward with today.
I think we're going to see a lot of that in racing too. You know, I think we haven't had rain in almost 2 hours now, right. So it's been great to be able to let that moisture come out of the dirt. It's going to really allow these drivers to work the Monster Jam trucks.
Morgan, I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on the differences that we saw between those two moves. You said, yeah, look, you're walking it all the way out if you're Tyler Meningo. If the fans and the judges think that's the most impressive. But then you said, hey, that little sort of bunny hop and just keeping the truck frozen and vertical in the air from John Zimmer Jr., that's also tough to do. So can you elaborate a little bit more on what we're seeing?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you look at what Tyler Meningo brought for the first place run is that he did walk it all the way across, up on the stack, almost to the school bus, which was super cool. It's something that's, you know, not new, but with John Zimmer Jr., he also was able to keep it in that one spot. And I think, like you said earlier, the expert judges got it right. I mean, you notice that on John Zimmer Jr., the expert judges were just over a 5. And they're drivers. They understand how hard that is to keep it walking all the way across the floor, and me as well. Being able to find that balance point is tough as well. But Tyler's somebody that allows it. And if you watch the replay, he allows the truck to move forward so he can continue to drive forward.
And definitely deserving as well because he holds right now for himself here in this 2023 season 11 skills wins throughout his season at Stadium Championship Series Blue, which for stadiums, you know, we don't get a lot of those those times on the track for the skills challenge. So for him, that is a huge number, John, and you saw that.
I did. I witnessed it firsthand. And look, Tyler Meningo came up just short last season of winning the series championship. He fell, of course, to Ryan Anderson. And this year, the roles were reversed. And I think while a lot was made of Tyler Meningo coming out hot in the gate and racing and really building a lead, he did that. But I think where Tyler won the series and Ryan ultimately lost it was here in the two-wheel skills challenge. Tyler was able to stay consistent. He was able to stay thorough. He was able to collect those wins, and Ryan couldn't quite catch him as a result.
I'll give you my full honest opinion when it comes to the two-wheel skills and freestyle in the series. Like, the two-wheel skills is something that as a driver you're just trying to get through. Freestyle is what you're preparing for, and that's something that, like you said, being consistent in the two-wheel and doing the best job that you can. Yes, you definitely want to go out and prove that you can do the best trick, but it's not something that I would look for as a driver, and if I was coming to second place, it's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm still getting points.
Well, hey, listen, he is now a World Finals champion. That is now a title that Tyler Meningo and Gravedigger will be holding now for the rest of his life.
And you know, quite frankly, I think I speak for the fans, not us as hosts or not even you as a former driver. I think Tyler Meningo deserves this moment.
Oh, yes.
Quite frankly, you know, he's been in this a long time. He has the most series championships of anybody in the history of Monster Jam with 5, and he did 4 of them on the incredibly grueling Triple Threat series. So to be where he is now as a young kid from Oskaloosa, Iowa,
right.
I mean, he deserves this moment.
Definitely, and I was with him on his very first stadium ever in his career back in 2019 in Denver at Mile High Stadium. And to see his maturity and to see how much he has grown since 2019, and really that's not a lot of time to see what he's accomplished in his career so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the podium because now we will have our medal presentation for our Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Your bronze medal champion in Bakugan Dragonoid, Camden Murphy. Your silver medalist in terminal velocity, John Zimmer Jr. And your gold medalist, Tyler Meningo, Gravedigger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our medal winners. Nope, stay. So Tyler, for you, as you pick up this super heavy trophy up here, it's been a long time coming and much anticipated for you to get this first World Finals championship.
Yeah, you know what? I've been close in racing multiple years in a row, but man, I knew when I see these cold hard heart trophies for Nashville, I wanted one of these guitar trophies, and I'd take any one that I could get, man. I really appreciate you fans sticking out this weather with us today. It's hot, it's rainy, but man, Team Gravedigger 2 for 2 so far at the 2023 World Finals in Nashville. I can't thank you guys enough, man. The support for this team, support for Dennis Anderson. You guys are a Gravedigger sponsor, and that's why we drive these trucks as hard as we do.
So I have to say now, do you feel like the World Finals curse that you had is now broken, that you finally gotten this?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, when I come into World Finals, even though I am in two-wheel skills, my main focus is on racing and freestyle. You know what? I love the two-wheel skills challenge, but man, I don't want to stop here. I want to go hard all night. If I can get 2 more of these, I would love that too, man. But you know what? One's good enough if that's all I walk away with. But I can promise you this, guys. We have 5 Gravedigger trucks out here tonight and 1 Son of a Digger truck. And we're not here for two-wheel skills. We're not here for racing. We're here for your favorite. That's Monster Jam Freestyle. And we are going to drive those trucks into the ground. Those brand new, different colored bodies, I can promise, are not going to look the same when we're done here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Tyler Meningo, Gravedigger.
Another huge congratulations to all of our medalists in the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Championship, but especially the one going home with the gold and the big trophy. That is Tyler Meningo of Gravedigger. Of course, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity in second place. Camden Murphy, Bakugan, Dragonoid rounds out our podiums. And just on the outside looking in, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Tristan England, Earthshaker, Tom Mentz, Max D, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, and Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. John Kay and Morgan back here at the Monster Jam live event desk, and you can see if you look out on the track behind us that they are setting up for the Spin Master Thunder Roarus Drop 9-truck jump. And for a little bit of insight as to what you might see, let's take a look up at the video board and check out the animation rolling so we can see what this is going to look like. And Morgan, when you look at this animation, of course, very well done, and you even get the feel that it is Spin Master, which I love. I love the tie-in, but you're going about 144 feet. That's what you're trying to clear in terms of these Monster Jam trucks. I got to ask you, how would you do it? What would be going through your head right now?
Well, I think for me, as a driver, I mean, you obviously have all of these points that you have to hit. I think talking to Colton a couple hours ago, we were talking about the speed that he has to go. He's dialed it in. It's a very calculated stunt. And with the speed, he's judged it by as he comes down full throttle, he's going to start about 10 feet below the bottom, or right before he hits the flats. So that's probably going to go all out the window is what he was telling me, because now with the surface, you don't really know how the tires are going to bite. But realistically, as a driver, we had talked about you know that you have the speed, you know that you can make the jump, but how do you stop? That's the biggest thing. And when we watched that animation, if you noticed, the truck landed, the rear tires were turned a bit, and it actually slid the truck sideways. And that's what Colton wants to do. He wants to make sure that as he's in the air, he knows he can clear it. But now he's just got to figure out, okay, how can we stop? Because that's something that, as drivers, we figure that out later.
I think we've all seen enough Monster Jam to know that stopping is the last thing all of you think about when you are strapped in. Kay, you know, Monster Jam World Finals is synonymous, obviously, with championships. That is the goal. But the other part of it is the spectacle of the stunt. What's it going to be? What is it going to look like? Are they going to try to break a world record? You've been to a lot of Monster Jam World Finals. I mean, this one is going to be incredible.
It definitely is, but let me tell you, so last year, I wasn't able to see that stunt because I was back in the pits getting stories, kind of doing what KCG said, or is doing right now. So I am with all of these fans, maybe the first timers, maybe even the second timers, or maybe even people who have been here every single Monster Jam World Finals. So I am very excited to witness, really for my first time, I'm coming at a new perspective as well for myself. I'm excited to see what Colton Eichelberger is going to be able to do, and like Morgan said, you know, will he be able to land it? Will he be able to land it? Of course, you know, not short, but not too wide, not too far out, because this Titans field, I mean, it's pretty short.
Yeah, one of the things Colton and I were talking about with Morgan earlier is kind of the synergy that has been brought together with Spin Master. Of course, last year's stunt, also a Spin Master playset, and Tom Mentz was able to attack that one. Now Colton kind of stepping in his father's footsteps a little bit. But as a family man yourself, Morgan, how cool is it to see, you know, these stunts inspired by the toys that you can pick up, that you can bring home, and you can watch your kids play with and reenact?
I am so excited. I have Spin Master stuffs all over my house. I've got two kids. They're 5 and almost 2. And trust me, I know how they look. I know how they feel on the bottom of my feet because I'm always stepping on them. They're all over the house. But it's such a remarkable thing when you can take a toy and put it in your child's hand and then come to Monster Jam and watch your child play with that toy, and the real thing is happening right in front of your eyes.
I did say it earlier this afternoon. I have to repeat it. This is inspired by the biggest playset that Monster Jam and Spin Master have ever created. It's a little over 6 feet, which is much taller than Kay and myself. I think Morgan Kane might be able to trumpet just a little bit, but I am dying to see what this stunt looks like in person. Let's check in with Aiden AD.
Thank you, John. I am here with my buddy Joey. Joey, where are you from, man?
Tennessee, but Nashville, so I'm going to go with Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee. Now, this is your first time ever at a Monster Jam World Finals event. What do you think about all that you've seen so far?
I know 144 feet.
100 and what? How many?
44.
44 feet. Now, do you ever think you want to get in the wheel of a Monster Jam truck someday?
Yes, but I wish time machines would exist. So I could go back to 2000 so I could make my own WCW truck and name it the Jose based after my faith wrestler.
He is a man of many words. Hold up your truck right here to the camera. This is your first ever Monster Jam truck.
No, I have lots of Hot Wheels and lots of Spin Masters, but I forgot how much I have. But now this is going in my collection, and this is rare. One of 5,000 of these made.
Wow. Okay, Joey, before we close up this interview, anything else you want to say to the Monster Jam fans out there?
Yes, this is Monster Jam!
Monster Jam fans, clap it up for right here. I'll tell you what, Joey, since you're so excited, you're going to go home. It's another Monster Jam truck. It is the Mystery Butter Monster Jam truck. Hold it up to the camera right there. What do you think about that, Joey?
I know there's like lots of these, but now I'll go on spinmaster.com to see which one I got.
Check. Clap it up.
approached the staging area right behind the start gate, and just earlier today, I was down in the pitting area and I saw the crew in the back checking everything over on this truck. They were nutting and bolting the truck. That means that they don't want one nut, they don't want one bolt out of place. They want to set up Colton Eichelberger to have the best chance possible to break world records here today. I was just talking with Josh Dyke, one of the crew chiefs for Thunder Roars for Colton Eichelberger, and he went out there and he was checking the track to make sure that everything was exactly as it should be. Remember that the crew chiefs are a second set of eyes for these drivers. Colton can't go up there and look at the start gate right now. He can't go look at the track. He's getting prepared for the stunt. So those crew chiefs are really important when it comes to big moments like this. Now here at Monster Jam, we are so proud of our partnership with Spin Master, and we're looking forward to making history here today.
Monster Jam's newest apex predator, Thunder Roars, will look to set a new truck jump record and sit atop the Monster Jam record books. Colton Eichelberger will return to pilot Thunder Roars for this record-setting attempt that will be a larger-than-life version of Spin Master's Thunder Roars Drop. Ladies and gentlemen, what a return to Monster Jam for Colton Eichelberger!
John, definitely holding our breath when we saw him go down that elevated starting line all the way across all of those Monster Jam trucks. I held my breath.
It was absolutely insane. We got a driver up here. We got Morgan Kane. Morgan, your thoughts on what we just saw?
Yeah, that was huge. I know that Colton was talking about it before, like hitting his timings, hitting his marks. And I think he started a little bit earlier than he anticipated to make sure he was going to make it. But with that, that is an amazing stunt. Well done, Colton. I know that was a hard hit at the end, but you got out of the truck and ready to go. Give these fans something to love for.
I mean, we always talk about Monster Jam being a family affair, not only for the kids in the stands, but I mean, what a homecoming for Colton Eichelberger to do what Tom Meents has done so many times before him.
I think the coolest thing is that he's doing it. He's releasing a new toy with Spin Masters, and now all the kids and everyone in the stands, you can actually go on the shelves, get this toy, take it home, and you can do the exact same thing, but just on a little bit smaller scale. But then you're able to rewatch this video and say, I'm playing with this. So let's take a look up at the replay on the board. See how high he actually was.
Could have been in that Lucas Oil high jump, maybe.
I think he could get another truck.
There you go.
Line him up.
Yeah. Would you do it?
Nope, that's Colton's shot.
Here he is, coming into the crowd. Congratulations, Colton Eichelberger, with that amazing stunt presented by Spin Master.
And what an incredible day for that lucky fan, that lucky family there in the front row. You get to take home a literal piece of history. That Monster Jam truck just set a world record, Morgan.
I love to see it, and what a great time right now. The fans, for the first time in a couple hours, we have sun. So the sun is out. Let's get it going. We're moving into the racing segment of the World Finals.
Kay, did Colton Eichelberger jump so high in the sky that he brought the sun back to Nashville, Tennessee?
He parted the clouds, ladies and gentlemen. He parted the clouds. The sun is up, and what a better moment here for Monster Jam World Finals 22.